My Lords, it's a pleasure to be involved in this debate, but I'm going to struggle not to argue with all the people I disagreed with during the previous speakers. But on behalf of the Green Group, I'd like to welcome the report from the Procedure and Privileges Committee and their proposals, and also give a huge thank you to the staff who are actually able to keep us going through the hybrid times. I'm too short-sighted to see the clock up there, so perhaps the Chief Whip can give me a signal when he's ready to stop me talking at 5 minutes and not before. Now, while the Green Party would like to see wholesale reform of parliamentary practice, not least the replacement of your Lordship's House with an elected upper chamber, we are happy that some of the best bits of the hybrid House are being retained. And one of the issues is, of course, accessibility for people with disabilities. This is something that we absolutely have to take seriously. It's ridiculous that somebody who perhaps can't walk or can't hear as well can't participate as much as everybody else. I'm also very pleased that electronic voting will continue. The old system of noble lords shuffling through the corridors was absolutely ridiculous. What a waste of valuable time. And please don't tell me there were lots of good conversations. Yeah, I was there. I heard them. I hope that the Procedure Committee will actually continue to seek ways to improve the voting system so that we can actually become a more efficient and modern institution. Now, on the issue of interventions, now the Noble Lord Lord Cormac knows I have a soft spot for him, unlike the Noble Lord Adonis, for whom I don't have a soft spot. But in this case, Lord Adonis is absolutely right. And quite honestly, for the Noble Lord Cormac to call him superficial, when then the Noble Lord Lord Cormac actually defends starting late because it enables lunch with friends, I'm afraid reaches heights of superficiality that no one else has so far. And on the issue of interventions, I found the previous system very bullying. And the Noble Lord, the Right Reverend Prelate, described the spirit moving. What spirit's that? The bullying spirit? The spirit that actually prevents women standing up because they feel threatened by the behaviour of the House? I think actually having a list may not be ideal, and I'm slightly swayed to Lord Balfe's amendment, which I wasn't before, by the Noble Lord Lord Grocot's comments. It would be a fine system if one got on with the Lord Speaker. Which one can't guarantee, especially I feel I can't guarantee. And so it... have a soft spot for it. Yes, I might vote for it, I might not. And I definitely won't vote for the Noble Lord Lord Cormac's amendment. I do think as well that, I hate to disagree with the Noble Lord Mackay of Clashfern, but part-time House, tell that to those of us who are here last night at 10 to midnight about it being part-time. For many of us, it's a full-time job. Yep. And quite honestly, if other people have jobs that they've got to go to, then let them stay away. You know, the rest of us will carry on scrutinising the government, which I think we have done extremely well during the hybrid House system. Well, I do have a speech which I haven't actually used any of yet. I think we're losing an opportunity not to use more of the hybrid systems that we put in place, actually. I think we had the chance to move on and not be quite such a... Well, I was going to say dinosaur, but actually dinosaurs were incredibly successful for millions of years. Not be so old-fashioned. There was nothing magical about the way that the House was run before, and we really could take this opportunity to be more modern. It's happened in wider society that people are reluctant to go to their jobs in office buildings and so on. Why can't we reflect that and accept that actually remote voting and remote participation are part of it? I think it is good that we're actually accommodating people with disabilities, but there are also people who have other needs and demands on them. For example, caring responsibilities. You know, there are people with partners or children who perhaps would benefit from being part of debates but can't actually come into the House. And while we're at it and thinking in terms of modernising, we really should put in processes for maternity and paternity leave. They've sort of done it in the other house, but not properly. And the other issue is breastfeeding. We really ought to think about these issues. Greens lead the way, let's not forget. You're all 40 years behind the Green Party at the moment, particularly on that side of the chamber. Let's think about, the Chief Whip's making, let's think about issues that are not at the moment the issue on individuals, so that they can be a general thought and actually make sure that we are a little bit more progressive than perhaps we need to be. And I did say before that I will not take interventions from now on. I think it's rude. I think it's a loss of self-control by the people who get up and shout. We have always had the option of coming in after the minister. That could be retained, and so you needn't lose your temper and bluster and shout somebody down to get in and make an intervention. You can just do it in a civilised way.